Hello Internet and welcome back to my craft corner. Today I'm going to be talking about something that way too many people have said to me is either too hard or they just don't think they can do it, and I'm here to tell you that you can. So we are going to be talking about watercolors. So to get started, you're going to need some basic materials. First and foremost, you're going to need your watercolor paint. You will need a clean palette, some paper towel and a cotton swab, a cup of clean water, and some brushes. Now this is the one area I definitely recommend you buy some actual watercolor brushes, which you can still find for an affordable price. When I paint with watercolors, I usually work on a small scale, so I like to have 3 main types of brushes with me. One is going to be my largest size. I like to use something squared off that will cover a lot of paper quickly, a medium-sized round tip brush, and then a liner brush, which is used for details. Last but not least, you're going to need something to paint on. I like using the Canson brand that you can find at most craft stores, but I've also used the store brands, and that has worked just fine, especially when you're first starting out. I have found there are 2 types of watercolor painters, people who use an outline and people who do not. I am one of those kind that likes to use an outline because I can better visualize what I'm doing, and it just suits my personal drawing style. So right here I have a couple quick character sketches that I did. Normally I would erase and fade my lines, and this will also help graphite from bleeding into your watercolor paint, but for the sake of this video I kept the lines a little thicker just so you could see them better. For my first character I'm going to be using a lighter skin tone, so I'm just going to start dropping some of the pigment that I want into my water. So when I'm painting characters, I like to do the shadowed areas first. So you'll notice I'm going to start dropping paint under the chin, under the arms, around the eyes, cheekbones, any area that there would naturally be a contour or a shadow. And I usually work with one area of the character at a time. So I'll do the skin first, move to the hair, then do clothes, making sure I allow the paint to dry between each area. Because if I were to go in right now and start working on the hair before my first layer of skin has dried, the hair color is going to bleed into the skin color. So watercolor is really about patience and timing. Now you'll see that my shadow layer for skin and my shadow layer for hair has dried. I'm now going to go back in and fill in the rest of the skin tone, and because this shadow layer has dried, I can paint over it and it will remain dark. If I tried to paint over the shadows before they were dry, they would just blend and fade into my water. As I continue, I'll do the same thing for the hair and the clothes, letting each layer dry and build intensity. You'll notice that my paint looks very light and translucent, and that's because I'm not putting a ton of pigment into my water before I put my brush in, because this is the look I'm going for. A lot of watercolor artists really saturate their brush with pigment for a vibrant look, and you can do that too if that's the style that you want. And I usually wait until the end to do smaller details like eyes, lips, and eyebrows. Once you've painted to your desired look, you can finish it off with a pen outline. For this, I just used a fine tip Sharpie pen. This is a great look if you ever draw comic book characters, or if you want, you can just carefully erase your pencil lines. So at this point, hopefully you will feel that watercolor is not too intimidating and that it's something anyone can do. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe below. Please comment with any questions you have or ideas for future videos. I would love to continue making these simplified tutorials for you, and I'm really interested in what ideas you all have. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.